who is
All right, I'm starting the stream, guys. I'm starting the
respectable.
stream. Let's get this show on the road.
She is always with us.
Today we are talking about should the police wear body cams? Yes or no? Let me just check that the sound is working today, as opposed to last time. Okay, well I can hear myself, so that's good. Yeah, who wants to start? Dmitry. Let's go with Dmitry. Yes, I like the introduction.
Okay, thank you. I believe the police is a part of the state, and state is not your friend. I mean, unless you've been living all your life in the game and you think otherwise, the state is not your friend, and the police is not your friend. Therefore, what's good for the police is not good for the society as a whole. Therefore, implementing body-worn police cameras is certainly not a good thing for you. I may now realize why it's not good, but it isn't.
No. Please explain why not so good. It's so interesting here.
All right,
Please, why not so good?
Because
you explain what's good.
Okay, because the police is a part of the repressive state apparatus. So I don't want to give them one repressive tool, more repressive tools than they already have. That's why. Does it make sense to you?
But isn't that
No,
isn't it the opposite? Wouldn't the cam help control the police?
Yes,
I
only one side. If this country has really strong legal, it's all. But if this country, like few country, it's senseless.
Reebok.
Oh,
says
sorry,
okay.
For
but
example,
you can
it's
ask.
so. Sorry. I have one question toward Boris. Boris, the Dmitry mentioned for he don't trust policemen. It's not people who can trust police. It's
Yes.
the same situation in Britain or French or somewhere because I don't know its situation.
Actually, I think it's quite different in Britain and in France. The relationship between regular people and police, but I think there is a certain amount of respect towards the police, a general belief that they are trying to help overall. I think in France it's a bit more contentious than in the UK. I feel in the UK there's a more friendly kind of relationship. But yeah, that's not everywhere, that's not everyone, obviously. But overall, that's what I'd say.
I've heard that in France during the peaceful protests, people get maimed and they lose their eyes because a police shoots them with rubber bullets. I mean, how?
Not generally. There are big protests going on right now, for example, and I haven't seen any reports of that. Actually, I was downtown today, huge protest. Police was there, very passive. It's mostly old people protesting for retirement, though, so I imagine it's a bit different.
I
think everywhere. The Dimitri, so sorry for interrupting you. Maybe I can agree with you, but maybe I can criticize what you say. I think yes, with camera, we can be in safety. We can feel ourselves in more safety, maybe. But at the same time, when I think about this topic, now the cameras exist everywhere. Only maybe before we talked with Murat about this topic, but only in toilet and in bedroom there is no any camera. And we are not free. We are not free with the camera in this world. And I cannot feel myself with camera because every time I can be recorded. I cannot feel myself in safety. This is one hand on the one hand, and in other hand, without camera we cannot demonstrate anything in this world. And I think the people should be trustworthy. And I think we should produce some ways making people more trustworthy. I think with
what ways?
people, not police. People trustworthy, not
Yeah,
police.
people,
How?
Dimitri, because policemen are among people, a part of people, and they generates from the people. That's why people are important. And yes, I can feel myself feel better, more better with camera, but I think the people should be more trustworthy. It means that if there is camera on the chest of policeman, it means that we don't trustworthy on any people, especially yes, civil people, I think, and policemen, yes. Maybe against policemen, it's necessary for any guilty or the people. I don't know. I cannot
I mean,
decide which
in
one
the perfect world you're talking about, Mete, would they even have a need for police? You know, if everybody's nice, do you even need the police? Like,
But we're not in a perfect world, so it's irrelevant, really, because we're in this world.
That's kind of what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
No. It's so weird because, in my point of view, I can imagine. For example, if I today travel, doesn't matter where, in United States or England or somewhere, whom I can trust besides police, besides legal? Who is policeman? If I can trust policemen or legal, it's mean for it's anarchy. I can do anything.
I don't know, man. I've traveled
Nobody
a lot. I've
gets
never
stopped me.
spoken to the police anywhere.
No. I, according to speech, nobody don't trust policemen or shouldn't have a body cams or something, so on and so on. It's in my point of view, these body cams work counterproductive for police, counterproductive police, because they can do anything. Why they forbid this idea for wear body cameras? For example, it's so weird in my point of view.
So you don't understand why that's even a discussion? Like, of course, police should have body cams, is what you're saying?
Yes, they should have, but I don't know why.
Why not?
You told for its police officer, you can't trust police officer.
Okay.
This fact is so weird.
So
If I don't
because
trust
he
police
or she
officer,
is also, yes, because he or she is also a human, Murat, and he or she can be liar because he's powerful with the gun
or corrupted.
and with some authority. Yes, with
Or a
some
bad
authority.
person.
Bad person, yes.
No.
I agree
Or
with you.
racist. As you know, in the US, has been a huge thing, right? A racist white cop arresting a black man and killing
Yes,
him,
there are
actually.
many news. There are many news, and two black guys, I think, two black guys were killed, by policemen in USA, and it is correct, yes.
Many
and we
more than
cannot
two.
trust one.
Let's look at this point Mehdi just sprang up. Now, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you, I've had criminal charges pushed against me by police. I'm not going to talk about my story. I'll talk about another story.
Sure.
A guy was at the Sydney cricket ground watching cricket, watching sport with his little son eating a sandwich. Then out of nowhere, a police officer's come up and gone, bang! And he filmed it. It was filmed. The next day they showed it. They said, this police officer has done this. And I thought, oh my God, that guy in the blue hat, he is stuffed. He is in big trouble. Not the police officer, the guy in the blue hat. And sure enough, the next day, 11 charges put on the guy in the blue hat because the police filmed it. They had to prove they were innocent. This is what happens, guys. If you have an accident with the police or they film you and they make a mistake, they're going to blame you. And they're going to use that evidence on that camera to blame you. And anything else they'll use against you. Like that poor guy watching the cricket and the police pushed 11 charges against him because the police got caught hitting the guy in a blue hat.
So what did he do? What charges did he have? He got in the way, obstruction of justice. His face got in the way of that policeman's arm.
Oh, they just make the charges up. You know what police are like. They're used to
But I
making
mean, don't the
charges up.
cameras help the citizens prove otherwise in that case?
No, if the camera wasn't there, it would have been okay. The camera caused the trouble. The fact that the policeman was filmed hitting this guy, because the police, they don't want a policeman out of action. That means another policeman off the road. It also means the police look
Policemen like
bad
that.
if they're just going up and smashing someone. So for public relations, they got to protect the police officer and attack the poor innocent guy.
But was the camera footage made public?
Yeah, it was made public the next
Well,
day.
so for public relations, it would make more sense to fire the policeman, wouldn't it?
Well, sometimes that happens, but not you. Often it doesn't happen. And I can tell you, I had a case as well where criminal charges were pushed against me. So sometimes it happens, but sometimes it doesn't. The worst thing you can do is get caught getting hit by a police officer. You get caught getting hit by a police officer, you're in trouble.
I can think of a few worse things than that, but okay.
What's that?
I was going to say, I can think of a few worse things than that, like actually hitting a police officer would be worse.
I reckon you're better off hitting a police officer. Then you'll get one charge against you,
at
hitting
least-
the police
at least
officer.
You have a reason.
But if the
for
police
being
officer hits you, you're going to get
trouble.
charges all over the place against you.
I don't know. Sounds like a bad apple. Sounds like a bad apple.
You see it. Hang on, you see it all the time in the news, guys. Watch the news. And
Well,
see
that's the
when
thing about the
someone-
news, though. You're only going to see the bad stuff. You're not going to see the other 99% of good guys because they don't make the news. It's not newsworthy. You only see the bad stuff in the news.
No, just watch the news. When you see someone get hit by a police officer, just watch what follows up. Next, there's going to be charges against him for doing this or that. I had an accident against the police as well, and the same happened to me. In the end, luckily, justice went out, and the judge said, "Look, police, I know you're police and all this, and I know you're experts, but what you're saying just doesn't add up with the facts." So I've had it myself as well.
Daria, what do you think?
This speech,
I just, as much as I want to disagree with the Reebok and this statement, I can't, because in my country, in Belarus, we have this situation. It won't be helpful for us, even if we gave body cameras all around us on any police officers, because if all this system doesn't work, it won't help you. It will provide the access to remember your face using these cameras. It will provide the access to arrest you after all. And you can say, like, I read the news about my country every day and I can see the result of the cameras, because during the 2020 protesting time in our country, it was recorded. And now still every day they arrest people using these cameras, and it doesn't provide the judgment, the reliable judgment. I think that, but I think that camera is a good idea in a good
Society.
society. Yeah, you have to be prepared for this. Firstly, you have to settle down all the law and etc. You have trust police firstly, and camera will help you just remove some dark spots on it. Like you said, it's just a bad apple. It will provide the access, just clarify the situation and clear this. It will help, but on some level, not just from the beginning. I don't want my police have the camera. I don't want to pay for this. I don't want to provide this for their tools. So like
Another tool
Be
for them
done
to
in a much,
persecute innocent people.
I think too, the reason police get away with it is because Boris said, "Oh, that guy's a bad apple," or you just automatically think that person is guilty when they're against the police. So already you got the bias against you too, and people don't really care. You know, a lot of people just take the easy option. They don't care. They're not going to, they don't want to think their police are corrupt. So it's uncomfortable for them to think that the police could be corrupt as well. So it's
very interesting. Murad was asking me, people's perception of the police in Britain and France, and it's true. Like, I've been to Ukraine, and I remember talking to a taxi driver, and he told me he used to be a police officer, but he makes more money as a taxi driver than he did as a non-corrupt police officer. It made me realize, like, we talk about the police, but it actually means something very different in different countries.
Yeah.
I am interested, Mete, what about in Turkey? What is the perception of the police in Turkey?
Yes, in Turkey,
I'm here. I hear.
Okay.
so sometimes the policeman can be victim. Sometimes the civil people can be victim, because many people are so stressed. And I know that there is no camera on the chest of the policeman, but generally Turkish Turkish policemen are friendly, and they want to help to people generally. This
That's
is
the
a
feeling of
general
the people.
situation in Turkey. Yes, generally, for example, if you need to go anywhere with one transportal tool, for example, with a car, and there is no any car. If you apply for policeman in Turkey, they can help you. They can help you, and if you ask something from them to do, they can help you. But sometimes, that all of them are human. All of them are humans, and anywhere there can be some bad people, and in policemen, it can be. So some of them can be bad, yes. And at the same time, I think the labor or the task, this task of policeman is high because of this responsibility. Sometimes they can take some stress, and that's why they can be tired. They can be tired, and on the car.
Okay, so overall
on-
positive, right? I mean, you make it sound like, sometimes they make mistakes, they're tired, they're human. But not like,
Generally, yes.
there's the
Generally
police, quick
positive,
run the
yes.
other way because I'm going to be in more trouble.
But in
Generally
Australia
positive,
too,
yes.
Yeah,
In
what is it like in
Australia,
Australia, Reebok?
they're fantastic. When the police pull you up, they're really friendly. They go out of the way to be friendly. And mate, they put their life at risk to help people. So they're
Oh.
fantastic most of the time. Without the police, we would be in massive trouble. But it's just, when that legal issue comes in, and then you like a lot of
They'll
people,
protect
when
themselves.
they're legally challenged, things change. So if you get in a legal situation with the police, that's where things can change and they can take advantage of it.
Yeah,
Interesting.
But the good thing is the judges know about it in Australia. And the judges, this is a bad thing too, guys. This is a worse thing. When the police go to court, judges don't believe them because they lie that much in court. And this is a bad thing. Like
Yeah,
me,
I can see how that'd be a problem.
yeah, that can be a problem because police then think, well, what's the use charging people? What's the use taking them to court? So it's absolutely vital that our police are legit and they're not setting up innocent people because once they lose trust, in Australia, they've lost the trust of judges unless it's clear cut for the like in my case, the judge just said, well, what you're saying doesn't add up with the facts and cut the police off.
No, it's really interesting. The country where I've seen the police be the most respected was in China. In China, the police is very educated. It's actually very difficult to become a police officer, and it's very funny. You have some little car accidents very regularly, and when there's a car accident, there's like a huge group of people, and when the police arrives, it's like when the parents arrive. It's just like they make way and they talk respectfully to the police officer, and it's very
yeah.
interesting to watch that.
We have the same, but it's like your drunk parents, right?
Who beat you?
It's not this
Okay.
respectful way. You will call like, the last place where you will call if you have any trouble in your life, it's a police. Not
Oh,
like it's
wow. That
it's
sucks.
the worst that can be with you. I have a nightmare for half a year about these guys. So like, okay, it will be different from other point of view. Like if you respect your police officers, I will be glad to see the camera on their body to provide their safeness, because like, somebody can catch not the whole story, and then police officer will be pressed by society because he stand on the dark way. Like, yeah. And I want body cameras for police officers in nice world where it will protect them more than other people, like just record their way of working to make respectfulness.
Where
What
police
about
are accountable to
What about
people.
Roman?
Where
What about
police
Roman?
are accountable to people. Sorry.
Yeah. So Dmitry, yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like that's what this whole debate boils down to. Do you trust is the police on the side of the people? Because if they
Yeah, that's
are, then
true.
give them tools to do their job.
And not just the police, but the state in general, because the
Oh,
police
yeah.
is a part of it.
Yeah. So, like, but like it's not necessarily because we have an example where police officers, like police generally, go to the side of society. In my country, they choose another side of government. So, like, they feel they can provide them more worthful, I don't know, like more money, I don't know, safeness and etc. So, like, but about education, our police officers, I want to keep the silent because it's awful and like no.
Belarus, so yeah.
The other thing is, you can have a policeman who's honest, straight, not racist, doing his job, but he's directed by those up higher to follow certain directions. So then when he becomes unfair, illegal as well, nothing he can do. He's just doing what he's directed to do.
What about the issue of privacy? Body cams, is it an invasion of privacy?
I don't care.
No.
Boris, in the world where everything recording already, you can see so many cameras around you at
given
any
up
time.
on any.
So if you already have a police officers near you, it's not privacy, but like.
Boris, the best informer for people is friends. It's close people. The best informer. No one camera doesn't show something. The same your close people. If you something won't find for you, I come to you, your close people, and find anything. Trust me.
So have no friends.
But it won't be in evidence, like it's not objective opinion.
Cool.
I watched recently video about Panopticum, about actually camera around us, and they following us, and that's prevent a lot of criminal stuff from people. And if you understand something watching you, Big Brother, you are stop yourself and your dirty thoughts about something and try to be loyalty, something like this. But
Big Brother is just challenge.
Sounds like a very sterile society, though.
Yes.
But if you talk about Russia or Belarus, there are major revolution, and it's uncomfortable, in my opinion, for people to actually provide this idea, doing some protests, and for them, of course, much more comfortable without these tools in the chest of policemen. Something like this. But if talk about Ukraine generally, I for because when you, Boris, mentioned it, when this guy in the road stop you, our citizens try to filming him, not he, our citizens, and they are ask about documents, etc., and you are just filming it, and he are try to behave himself loyalty and yourself. Then I'm for my country. That will be great, because I think I can ask about this record. Something like
know
this.
Why a lot of people disagree with this idea? Because this in any camera, it's body camera getting, for example, 2 person equal right. It's not so comfortable. Because, like said Mite, any people, even police, not should be. She is essence liar. It's not about just police. It's about usual person too.
Well, it kind of depends.
Person lie outside.
Depends who has access to the camera footage, right? Like if it's if they only use it when it's in their favor. Otherwise, I forgot to record. Sorry.
Boris, I really shocked. Really shocked.
Shocked.
I
you,
think
Murad?
I
don't believe it.
We should have one question. What is the purpose, main purpose? What is the main purpose? I think we have to ask this. What is the main purpose?
To protect society for the greater good.
Law and order.
Criminals,
Yeah, protect people.
It's protect the country. It's for the greater good of the people.
Yeah.
And that's why, if you're an individual,
of the people.
No,
if you're an individual, justice can fail because you're not, sometimes the government or the country goes ahead of you.
Daria, you got it. Why have a gun? It should be mandatory for everyone, because you can't hope protection for police.
No, again, we
No.
can
It's
go
a different
to
debate,
but
Murad.
I
It's a
want the
different
same
debate. We
point.
had this
No, no.
debate like 2-3 weeks ago, right? Come
Yeah,
on.
the same. I don't want to. I won't be in
Because
society
it's
when I
a
can
posing
trust.
question.
It's next. It's next. I want in a society, live in a society when I can trust police officers and other citizens and don't do this by myself, and camera won't help me if I can't trust police officers. It's not the
Guys,
way. Not a gun, nothing
according-
will help me.
Yes, I agree
I'm so
with
sorry.
Derya. Derya is right. Derya is right.
I'm sorry,
Derya
I'm
is
sorry,
right.
guys, but according our speech, I understand for in Russian tradition, have a relationship with police officer or government, the best idea. The best, because if I have relationship with police officer in Russia, I haven't any problem.
Ah,
I
you mean
can
like
solve
connection.
That's
problem.
not good. That's not good. That
Yeah,
means
that
you're
doesn't
not
sound like a
friends.
good
Yes.
thing.
Being well
Any
connected is
problem
always
I can
good.
solve. But you
Doesn't
told
sound-
for I can, for example, come to any country and don't trust police officer. What does it mean? For it's anarchy.
But if I go
It's
to
all
Russia
okay.
and if I go to Russia, I get in a fight with you, Murad, because the police
If you
officer's
come
on
to
your
Russia and so friendly, so for so on, you
The
good
first-
man.
But if he's not
who's
side, I'm in
connected.
trouble because I had a fight with a police officer's friend.
No.
Yeah, and if you're not connected, you know, like you're in trouble, even though
You
you're a good
can,
person, you
you
just don't have
can.
these connections.
You're
Yeah.
corrupt,
What-
Murad.
yeah.
You're corrupt.
Doesn't sound like a good society, Murad. Sounds scary.
Because
right,
because
but
it's,
It is
you
what it
told
is.
for I can't trust police officer.
Because you're corrupt.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the better? Corrupt or trust? What
I
is
don't
the
know.
better?
I want to say it's a different debate, but I think I'll allow it.
Better be corrupt but safety, but not be corrupt but
No, just
unsafe.
But it's not about you. It's about all people. We
It's
can't
about
be
the other
friends
people,
with-
Murad. Yeah, you're fine.
Now we divide.
What about
And
the
all
other people?
Okay.
No, like Murad, you won't be with a gun, friend with police officers, and live your life like happy while
No,
other
I
people
won't
will
be.
afraid of it.
I would like for I can trust any police officer because he's
But
guarantee my
the
safety.
basement of your trust has
corruptible.
to be in the law, not your friend relationship and etc. So like it has to be because the law. No,
All
no,
of
Daria,
society
please.
has to trust
Belarus
the officer,
so
not just
far
you.
from Russia.
Murad.
Yes, we have the same situation in Belarus, not that
Yes.
different. Maybe even a little bit scary because we're little.
That's-
So that's why I disagree. I don't know why
Yeah.
you agree.
You've
For
been corrupted,
example,
Murad. You've been
I
corrupted.
don't know.
remember-
I don't know. I mean, we could do a debate about
don't
whether or
talk
not
about
corrupt
corruption, brother,
police is
but
better than
I
non-corrupt
said about
police.
connection.
corrupt, Murad, you're corrupt.
Doesn't mean for it doesn't mean.
Corrupt.
In some
Alright.
places,
For
you
example,
can trust,
about
you can
idea.
trust on policemen because I think there is a correlation between limitation of the money and the population of the people in one place. For example, in Stockholm, in Helsinki, in Copenhagen, in Oslo, you can easily trust on anyone because there is no limitation of the money. I think it's important.
I don't think it's because of that.
It's not the
I don't. I think it's
start.
strong institutions, good education. I think it's so many things. It's not just they have money, so you can trust everyone. I mean, look at many
For
countries in
example,
Africa with huge
but-
amounts of
but
natural
Boris-
resources. It's the complete opposite. They have limitless corruption because of it. Because
Boris, but there is difference between, for example, the stress. Stress is important. In London policemen or Amsterdam policemen or Rome policemen, there is difference between Copenhagen, Stockholm, and some Scandinavian cities and some European cities. I think it's because of the population at the account of money. It's related to only it. Well, what's the main reason? What do you think? What's the
It's
main
at the
reason?
end,
More
you know.
price.
they-
Excuse me for disappointed you, but different between Oslo policemen and, for example, Italy policemen. Just for white, they black. It's all. Police is police
Admit it.
everywhere.
Maybe
I'm
it's
not
the end
excusing-
story. They live so good and have this amount of people because they are polite, educated, etc. Like it's not the start. It's not the opposite. Like
police officer should be example.
Of course.
Legally.
I've
Of
read The
course, but
Republic,
what
yes.
about you
The
two?
Guardians. That's what we
You
need.
sound like a mafia,
Look-
Murad. You sound like
Look
a
at
mafia.
what the Englishman.
Look at
What's
the-
the problem of American policemen, for example? What's the problem? They are educated, I think. They are educated, and
Why-
they
we
are.
don't have any Americans here to help
Why
us
you
out
think
on
that they
this.
have so many problems? Like they just record more than others.
Because they're in the
just
news all the
off
time.
news.
You know why?
Yeah, but
it
it's
is
about
I
news,
don't know.
because they
You
record
was in the United
everything.
States or not?
There's a
Oh,
massive
because you-
population in America too, so
Yes. In my
Massive
point of view,
media.
police officer in United States, the best police officer, because so different law, it follows this all regulation. It's so difficult.
Never.
America, the problem with America is it's every man for himself. That's why they'll sue each other, and that's why the police are more likely to look after themselves because it's
Yeah.
every man for himself. That's the sort of attitude. But Americans are great; they're really friendly, but their attitude in that
Yeah,
way is every
you're
man for
absolutely
himself.
right.
To each other because it works, because it's a civilian way to solve the problem. Because again, in Belarus and Russia, you
When
won't
you have gun,
do anyone.
Or-
You will hit them or do something worse. Because it's
did
a
you
way.
hear, Boris? But Daria getting
I'm just
person who is
wondering whether or
for
not I should
have a
delete this
gun.
video. I don't want Daria to get in trouble.
Oh, it's not. I'm not in Belarus, and I want.
Oh, you're not in
reform.
Belarus? Oh, okay, then it's fine.
No way. Thank you. I changed my
Okay.
place for living
Good.
a year ago. It was the best decision in my life, so
Good.
I can't speak now.
Okay.
But we said like
but be careful,
99%.
yeah, because Lukashenko.
Well, then
went in,
continue. Tell us more
fire
about the
board.
I know. I hope that he won't look for this video. I don't think that he has enough time for this now.
It's okay. I can tell you right now, we have 3 people watching, so probably.
Do
we're
there,
fine.
Lukashenko?
One of them, Lukashenko.
If not here, like I'm okay.
Yeah, we're okay. All right, police body cams. Kind of it became a debate about police in general.
in my
I think.
opinion, it's this.
Unfortunately,
body
there
camera
should
work
be. Murat,
counterproductive.
sorry, but unfortunately, there should be. I am against. Honestly, I am against. But unfortunately, there should be. This is my decision. Murat, continue, please.
I am agree with you only one condition. If I too have body camera in front of police,
You can do
in my
whatever-
own
I
camera.
like that. Yeah, I think everybody
Just
should
right
wear a
now.
But
body
you know,
cam.
in Czech Republic, everyone afraid when you take a phone and watching what's happening
Yeah.
surround you.
But I think it's
You
coming,
can-
you
you
know.
have
I
a
think
right.
I think it's
You have a
coming. We've
right
got
to-
AR glasses coming. Very soon we're all going to be wearing cameras on our heads, I think. I think it's
Yeah.
closer than we think. There's already, you know, the Ray-Ban stories. Already
I
you can
want
record
camera on
30-second videos, you know, very easily. They look like normal sunglasses pretty much. I think very soon we're going to have what you're talking about, Murad. Everyone's going to be wearing a camera. Privacy is gone.
I think all of cameras are harmful, and
Harmful?
I predict by the time the people will be against all of the cameras in the world. Yes,
I
this
don't
is my
think so.
Cameras
prediction.
versus human.
In my opinion, we are used to it. In my
Yeah.
opinion, we accept it.
I think,
Yeah.
Mete, you have a
We don't
generational
even
issue.
pay attention.
Young people, especially, do not care about privacy at all. They're so used to living in the world being recorded all the time. They post themselves on Instagram, Facebook, social media all the time. For them, it's
Because
just part of
they
reality.
don't have any status. After having some status, they will change, Boris. You will see them. You
I
will
don't
see
think
them.
so, because it's free. All these free services, all you have to do is give up your privacy, and it's so easy to click, okay, whatever, I don't care. And then you get access to everything.
I think shame is related to privacy. If there is no privacy, there is no shame.
Yes, it's a
Without
great
shame,
idea.
we
No,
cannot
shame
live.
Why? Shame is a bad. It's a worse thing. It's like it's a force that you shouldn't use. Like it's okay to be no shame. Like shame is
Inside
not
of any
Shameless.
shame, hidden secret, conspiracy. I am against it.
Oh, okay.
I am against that. Everything should be open and face to face speak about. But
Really?
nobody don't want that. Nobody want because
Why?
everyone quite tricky and cunning.
I know
It's a big
about
lie,
vacuum
a
cleaner
big
robots. They
lie.
are also filming us. You know about it. And these actually these actually photos, these pics actually exist in internet. Yet time to time, people share who works in this industry about this picture. We are in Panopticum
You know,
already.
Privacy,
If we talk
yeah,
about
I'll write this
camera
down.
or-
This could be an interesting debate, I guess. Privacy, should we care? Should we not? Is it dead?
Privacy is important, Boris. Without
Why?
Whoa, whoa,
privacy, we
save
cannot.
it for the debate, Mitty. Save it for the debate. let's not get carried away here. Let me write it down. Okay, guys, I'm gonna bring us back to the main room. I'm gonna end this here.
It's already finished.
It's already
Can we
time,
take a
man.
vote?
Time
Can we take a vote,
flies.
Boris?
pity.
Let
Can we
me
take a vote?
take a vote on what?
Yeah. Whether cams should be good or bad. Whether police
Okay,
cams are good or
we can
bad.
we can do a show of hands or like use the hand function. So, what was the question? The question was, should police wear body cams? So, if you think the police should wear body cams, you can use the thumbs up or raise hand or whatever it is. Do I think the police should use body cams? That's a good question. Reactions. Here we go. It's a tricky one. It depends on the society and the country. In my country right now, in France, I think yes. In France, I think they should use
One of
body cams.
Englishmen,
Yeah.
my friend told for English police it's so weak
Okay.
because they can't do something.
'Cause
He
they
told
have guns.
tell me story for one.
They run
Indian
in so
guy
slowly.
told-
I'm faster, yes.
Isn't that so good though?
one
That you can
woman.
have a society work with police that doesn't have to run very fast and carry guns.